We got some breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. The MMA Underground Forums were bought by Alta MMA 9 months ago, and things stayed relatively the same under the new management. Right now there is a huge scandal going on, and I'm going to break down the whole thing for you right here, right now. So Alta MMA is a company that offers a way for people to connect with MMA gyms in their area, and that's its main use, but there's also online courses and merch and stuff like that. But they work with some pretty big names in the space. Daniel Cormier, Laura Sanko, Gilbert Melendez, and Conor McGregor's coach, John Kavanagh. Alta MMA has also dipped their toes into other ventures, but they're not really relevant for this video. Things stayed relatively the same since they were bought mid-November last year, but just yesterday there was a couple of major changes, banning a large number of accounts and, without warning, putting everyone's personal information as a part of their username. When you sign up for a new account, you're prompted with this screen, entering your username, email, password, and full name. That's going to be the important part. I personally never use my full name when signing up for stuff, unless it's like business or banking related. But this site has been around since 1998, when people weren't as conscious about privacy. So there's a lot of people who signed in with their full names and have a lot of information on here. For most sites, usually if you do enter your name, it's linked to your account, but it's not shown actively. Yesterday, everyone's names were shown right next to their username, effectively doxing a large number of people. You guys want to know what makes this even worse? 3 billion social security numbers were also just recently leaked. Theoretically, I could go on the MMA Underground Forums, find someone's full name that they didn't consent to being fully visible, and take out a fucking loan, baby. Baby, John Doe made us rich. Bust out the red panties. This comes on the heels of me making an account like a week ago because I'm doing research for an up-and-coming project that requires a lot of old information, the kind of information that populates online message boards. There is some upside, though. These guys will not escape justice. North America's online privacy laws kind of suck, but there were no changes in the terms and conditions or any new changes to the end-user license agreement. So Europe's General Data Protection Regulation, the GDPR, is going to sue these people out of their boots. MMA Underground is a historical place in the MMA internet community. It's a little before my time, but I still feel some sort of connection to it. Before fighters and other big people in the sport had YouTube channels or Instagrams, Facebooks, they would do Q&As on this forum. Again, big names were on here. Dana White for a bit was on here. Joe Rogan, Eddie Bravo, various high-level fighters. When Alta bought it, they promised to bring it back to its former glory and even past it. The exact words were, leading MMA community hub. They didn't even do anything with it yet. We have yet to get any information about these issues from anyone in charge. Later in the day, the privacy issues related to the names were fixed, but the ban wave still hasn't been reversed. And this wasn't done by hackers either. Apparently, Alta wanted to clean up the site before an investor meeting. They scrubbed almost all of the edgy content, which is most of it, and they deleted various forums regarding the controversy. During the investor meeting, they talked about turning the platform into another way to promote their courses and find the gym programs. All seems really shady, and of course this is all hearsay, but it comes from a relatively reputable source. I independently reached out to a bunch of Alta employees, found them on LinkedIn, found them on other job sites, sent a lot of emails, and I have yet to receive a response from any of them. This is a developing story, so subscribe to stay notified. I'm not a huge journalism guy, but I think that this story is pretty relevant in my own life. When I first got into the sport, I was watching a lot of Chael videos, and he would often mention the dirt sheets, the underground, the forums. So it's part of my early experience in the sport. This is also a big piece of MMA history. The fact that, in its infancy, MMA and UFC fans were some of the first sports fans to really use the internet to communicate is important. Even the name, MMA Underground, is an homage to the early sheltered roots of the sport. Like, comment, and subscribe for more coverage of this story and more MMA content in general, and have a good time.